Yo guys, another game here and welcome back to Subnautica. So today I want to talk with you about something new that is coming to the game. We started talking about this subject about a year ago. I created a video on the biomes that were probably coming to Subnautica. And right now there is a biome that is confirmed to come to the game. This biome has been confirmed since last month, but I still kind of want to create a video on it so that you have some kind of overview of what is coming to this Arctic biome, because that is the biome that I'm talking about. So first things first, the Arctic biome, is it coming to Subnautica? Is it going to be a biome that we are just able to find and explore in our current game? No, that isn't going to be a thing. The Arctic biome will come with a DLC which we have to pay for. The DLC is named the expansion pack, and with this pack the Arctic biome will come, and right now we know that the Arctic biome will be a large part of the game, but it might also cover the whole map, the entire map. So the Arctic biome is most likely to become this whole new game. So as far as we know right now, the Arctic biome will not come to the game itself. So we aren't able to go out like way to the north or way to the south and find a Arctic biome. No, that is probably not the thing that is going to happen. That is kind of what I wanted though, because that is pretty cool if you were just able to go off and find a new biome, of course. But as far as we know right now, this might be a standalone game mode. We don't know yet how that is going to work or if that is how they will do it. But right now a standalone game mode is the most accepted option. So once this Arctic biome is released, what kind of stuff do we get with it? What kind of features do we get? What kind of creatures do we get? Is there anything new in there? Yes. A lot is going to be added. The first major thing that will change is that we play as another person. We aren't playing as the guy that we are right now anymore. No, we will probably become a female person. And that is something that I think is really cool. Instead of a male protagonist, we are getting a female protagonist. And I think that it is really interesting. It is really cool. Right now we don't know anything about the story yet, so what kind of story will we get with the Arctic biome, we don't know that yet. Right now we just don't know if it is going to be the same as the original Subnautica game, in which the Aurora crashed and we just had to survive on this alien planet. We don't know yet if that is going to be the story as well. It could be that we crash again, but it could also be that we are just out there exploring or something. Maybe we were sent on a mission to explore this planet in order to create a new colony or something like that. But we don't know that yet. Right now there isn't any concept art for this Arctic biome, but we have this kind of mood board. I've talked about this in another episode already, but for now I will just quickly show you what this says and what kind of stuff you can find in here. So basically this is just some kind of mood board. So what the developers did right here is just describe what the real life Arctic looks like. So as you can see, it says the sunlight is weaker and filtered through clouds. Possible above water landscapes, also can use floating ice shelves as a natural ceiling to prevent players from going above. Lack of plant life and color to set it apart from other biospheres. So there are quite some pictures here and quite some descriptions here about the real life Arctic. I will leave the link to this picture in the description if you want to see it yourself. So one thing that I think is really interesting is how they talk about creatures. Because right here they're just talking about the creatures that they should have a reminiscent of and allude to the known Arctic wildlife. And that is something that I agree with. Because if you are going to create an Arctic biome in a game, it should kind of look the same as a real life Arctic. So I think that is a great decision these developers are making right now. And another thing that they said about the creatures is bleached white skin like the beluga whale is a nice way to separate the Arctic creatures from other biosphere creatures. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to. Like, how will these creatures look like? What kind of real life creatures will we get? Because that is kind of what it looks like right now. That they pick some real life creatures and that they are just adding some kind of texture to it, which makes it alien like. Just like the glow wheel, I think that they later on will make it glowy. The last thing that I want to show you from this mood board is the narrow ice caves, and that is going to be amazing in this game. Just imagine this narrow ice cave which you are just able to fit through, but you aren't able to take the sea moth with you. So you have to go through these narrow ice caves and you end up in areas which you aren't able to take the sea moth with you. So that is going to be a really unique experience, and I really like that idea of the narrow ice caves. It is going to be really scary, but it also is going to be really unique. So what kind of creatures will come with this game? And this is where it gets really interesting, because I always really think that the creatures in Subnautica are really cool. They are really well designed, they look really nice. And also it is on an alien planet, so the developers are just able to create everything that they want. And they can just put it in the game and no one will bat an eye. So the developers already released a couple of models, early models for the creatures that will come to the game. We are only able to see them in these kind of videos that they create themselves. But the first creature that I want to show you is the glow wheel. And for me this kind of looks like a reef bag. Well, not by its model or anything, but it's just this giant massive thing floating around. And I'm not sure about this, but I don't really think that this is going to be an aggressive creature. So I think, again, it's not sure, but I think that this is going to be a passive creature that is just floating around through the sea, minding his own business. But I think they look really cool. We already get a kind of example of what these creatures are going to be like. Like these giant things. Of course the textures right now are just a placeholder, but I think that the model is kinda like what it will be when it's fully released in the game. I am really excited for this, but this right here isn't the only creature that I want to show you, because we also have another creature, which is the penguin. And it looks so cute, just this this group of penguins chilling around. You can see that they have slightly different sizes. And this is really interesting because I'm also curious to how they are going to work with this, because these are the first land animals that we will see in the game, right? So how are these creatures going to react to us? Are they scared of us? Will they attack us once they see us? Or are they passive? Will they not care if we are around them? That is something that we don't know yet. I think that they will get scared and kind of run away, so we aren't able to get too close to them. But that is nothing that is confirmed right now. We don't know anything of the behavior. So right now we can already also see some parts of the world. So in the back you can see like those giant ice-shaped islands. And right now we are standing on this giant ice piece. And I think that for now this is just a placeholder, so this might just never come to the game. But we can already get some kind of feel of what this biome is going to be like. So what you see right here is also a placeholder, of course. Because the penguins don't even have any animations yet, they don't even have any textures yet. So this is just some kind of... the developers are just testing this. But one thing that I'm really curious about is whether or not we will also have eggs from the penguins. Because as we all know, penguins lay eggs, but are we able to find them and grab them and hatch them? That is something that I'm really curious about. Because how will the aquarium work then? Penguins mainly live on land. Right now we only have an aquarium which has water in it. So if you are able to find eggs, which we don't know, but if you are able to find eggs from penguins, are we also able to put them in an aquarium, but which is kind of a dry aquarium, in which there isn't any water and just this ice on the bottom in which they can live? I'm really curious to what they are going to do with that. But for now we will not know if you are able to find any eggs of these penguins. Alright, so this right here is the last creature video that the developers released. And this is amazing, because what do we see here? The rock puncher. And we know that this was already planned to come to the original Subnautica game, but for some reason it got delayed, or well delayed, it just got scrapped at all. And I think it had something to do with it actually terraforming the terrain, which created giant save files, and that is the reason why the developers didn't put it in the game. But we can see them again in the Arctic biome, so maybe we will see some kind of Arctic version of this, which will actually work, and which will actually be implemented to this game. And I'm really curious to if they are going to do that. And if they are going to add it in the Arctic biome, will they also come to the original Subnautica game? Because I know that there is a lot of hype around this creature. So it will be amazing to see them in the game again. So the last feature that is most likely to come with the Arctic biome is this weather system. And that is going to be amazing. Just imagine that you are walking on this Arctic and there is a snowstorm all of a sudden. Or it is raining. Or something else, maybe a tornado or something like that. That will be so cool. That is also something that I really miss in the original Subnautica game, because it makes games so much more realistic once you see that it is getting rainy, or it's getting cloudy, or it's just really sunny. That is something that I really miss in the original Subnautica game as well. But it is really cool that they added in the expansion pack. I just really hope that they are also going to add it in the original Subnautica, but there is nothing, we know nothing about that yet. Alright, so a quick summary of everything that will come to the Arctic biome. So we know that the biome will come with an expansion pack, which we will have to pay for. For the release date, it is now planned for early 2019. So it might be in January, February, March, anywhere in that area. But as we know, the original Subnautica game was also planned for early 2017, I think. And that also ended up becoming early 2018. So that got delayed a lot. So this could also happen with the Arctic Biome. But for now it is planned for early 2019. So what kind of new stuff is coming to this game with this expansion pack? Well, of course, the Arctic Biome, which is probably going to cover the whole map or a large part of the map. We know that we will be a female protagonist. There's also coming a whale-like creature in this game, which for me just kind of looks like a giant reefback, but then a Arctic version of it. And the weather system is also something that is confirmed to come with this Arctic Biome. So I'm guessing like snowstorms, raining, cloudy stuff, really sunny, things like that. Then we have some other stuff that isn't 100% confirmed, which is the rock puncher, which I've just shown you the video of, and the penguin-like creature. Alright, so guys, that is going to be it for this video. So what do you think of this Arctic biome? I just can't wait until this is released. We've been talking about this biome for longer than a year now, and finally 2 months ago it was confirmed that it is coming to the game. Or well, at least it is probably going to be a standalone game mode in this game. But what do you guys think of this Arctic biome? Do you like it? Do you like the creatures that are going to be added? And also, what kind of creatures do you want to see in this Arctic biome? Alright, so guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.